Hello there guys, Nintendo Fanatic here, and I am back with two new mini Pokemon deck profiles. This is Aurorus and Tyrantrum. These are two mini 30 card fossil decks I put together. You can either smush them together or meld them together to create one 60 card deck, or you can battle against each other with two 30 card decks. Part 1 is going to be focused on Aurorus, which is more of a water build with defenses, and Tyrantrum is more of a fighting deck with offensive build. So without further ado, let's get into it. To start with, we have 10 Pokemon. We have 2 copies of Aurorus, which is your main attacker, 4 copies of Aurora, which is your baseline evolution, a copy of Cubchoo and Beartick, and a Skitty and a Delcatty. A similar format to Tyrantrum, which we will get into in a later video. But first I'm going to focus on these two, Aurora and Aurorus, which are your main attackers. Aurora you're pretty much searching out with Fossil Researcher, benching it and evolving into Aurorus. With the ability Ice Shield, any damage done by an opponent's attack to each of your water Pokemon that has any water energy attached to them, do 20 less damage, meaning that this is more defensive, so you're not taking as much damage if you're facing Tyrantrum. And Icy Wind for 4 energy, bit steep, does 70, but the opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Beartick is in here as your predominant offense to kind of tangle with Tyrantrum if need be. Luckily it's only weak to Steel and not fighting, otherwise obviously Tyrantrum would have a huge advantage, more so. The 130 hit points with the moves Igloo, Hold, and Mountain Drop. Mountain Drop does, if there's any Stadium card in play, it does 80 more damage. Sorry, it does 40 more damage on top of the 80, so it's doing 120 damage. Handy if you're going up against a deck with Stadiums. Unfortunately, this deck doesn't have any, or is facing a deck with Stadiums. But it has the move Igloo Hold, which does 20 damage times the number of colourless energy to your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. Now Tyrantrum has 3, so it's doing 60 damage for a double colourless energy. That's pretty good. Also, we have a 1-1 lineup of Skitty and Delcatty. Delcatty is also in the Tyrantrum deck. The Pokemon are almost the same, apart from a few changes. You're only really using Delcatty as kind of a backup offense, because you don't run many Pokemon, you only run 10 per deck. Has the move Replace, is the only reason you'll be using it. For a single energy, you can move as many energy attached to your Pokemon to other Pokemon in any way you like. Now, supporters are kept very simple in this build. You only run 6 supporter cards, 2 Fossil Researcher, a Professor Birch's Observations, 2 Tierno, and a Pokemon Fan Club. Fossil Researcher lets you search your deck for 2 of any combination of Aurora or Tyrant, so this is basically to search Aurora and put it on your bench. Because Aurora is a fossil Pokemon, technically not a basic Pokemon, you can't really bench it, and obviously Tierno and Professor Birch are for draw power and keeping control of the 30 cards you would use, and Pokemon Fan Club lets you search your deck for up to 2 basics, so this lets you search out either Skitty or Cubchoo if you want to evolve into Beartick or Delcatty. As previously mentioned, you only run a 6 lineup of item cards as well. You have a single energy retrieval, which lets you add energy cards from your discard pile to your hand because you're only working with a limited number of energy cards. So to get back those water energies, 2 Acrobike, a Versus Seeker, and 2 Switch. Pretty standard tech stuff just to kind of keep control of the game. And again, you're mainly using this against the Tyrantrum deck, so you're pretty much just facing off against it with only those kind of, I suppose, primal kind of responsibilities. Just to go against the deck, you're not really going into any EXs or Mega Evolutions or anything like that, or any primals, which is odd. But for a simple basic deck, I think they suffice as item cards. To end the Aurorus deck, we have 8 energy cards. That's 6 water energies and 2 double colourless energies. The double colourless energies are useful for Beartick or Aurorus, and water energy are also for Aurorus, or moving energy around from Delcatty. Alright guys, so that was the 30 card Aurorus deck, as I said, with the ability Ice Shield and the attack Icy Wind, which actually puts the Pokemon to sleep, not freeze or paralysis. I do apologise for that. With 130 hit points, it's never going to be a top tier deck. It was often described as underwhelming, but I'd like to give Aurorus a chance. I think it, has potential in water decks, maybe as a side-in, kind of maybe as an alternate defense. Again, this deck is only to really go up against Tyrantrum. Speaking of the Tyrantrum deck, that will be coming soon. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this 2-tier deck profile, and I will see you guys. I've been Nintendo Fanatic, and I will see you guys. Well, I won't see you, but I'll see you in the next video.